Hello, everybody, and welcome to this special event. Here with me is Melia White. Hello, Melia.
Hi, Miriam. Hi, everyone.
And today we have a special treat for everybody. And we channeled some nature wisdom messages for next year, for 2020, because we've been doing some channeling during the last 6 months, and mainly with animals. And this time we thought we'd just open up and see who or what wants to kind of come through with a message. And it has been very surprising for me anyway. What and who, I don't know how to kind of name it, but the messages that came through from everywhere. Did you have the same experience, Melia?
Yes, I think we've got the full spectrum of consciousness in these messages.
I'm the same sort of format as always. I don't know your messages, you don't know my messages, so I'm really looking forward to what the universe wants us to know. And a few years back, like 10 years ago or something like that, I used to buy these magazines with the forecasts of the whole year, the astrology forecast, because I just wanted to get this feeling of what was in store, what was waiting for me. And I know I don't need any magazines for that, and we don't need the astrology charts. Sometimes it just is enough to just feel into this, and you can pick up a lot kind of energies and vibrations that are there already. So yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting year. Do you have the same feeling?
Yeah, I think so as well.
So I am just going to start with January then. What we did was we sort of halved. Each of us did half of the messages. So I'm starting with January, and I asked who wanted to come through, and it was an oak tree. And it was actually an oak tree that I know. When I take my dog for the morning walk, I pass this beautiful old oak tree, and I kind of like to put my hand on the oak tree when I pass and just say hello. And this oak tree wanted to share a message. And he said, I see you with your dog sometimes, and I see many other humans walk along here too. Usually in January, I sense a lot of remorse and guilt from the humans. And I always wonder why. Why feel guilty, and why do you want to beat yourself up? January is such an important month as we set the tone of the whole year ahead. If you set your energy to the frequency of guilt and remorse, you will see this a lot more during the year. So why not start this year differently? Set your frequency to beauty and wonder. See the little things you enjoy in your life, even if things are not perfect. Find things you love and start to notice the good things in your life to set the tone for 2020. By raising your vibration, you will encounter high vibrating energies a lot more. And on the 1st of January, sit down and write down all the things you wish for during this amazing new year. 2020 is a very special year, and you will experience a lot of wonderful and new things. Just open your eyes and heart.
That's so beautiful.
So,
and imagine if we had less excess at Christmas and New Year, how much lighter January would begin. It's almost like we start the new year with that huge burden of like the hangover. It's like a hangover of excess, and that sets the tone, like the guilt, like what the oak tree was saying.
So I'm looking forward to that. I actually want to do that. I want to go out in nature and sit and just see what I really, what my wishes are, and not what I think I should wish for. So to set that tone. Yeah.
I'm going to run some workshops here on exactly that. All about aligning your head, heart, and your gut brain.
Nice.
So that you can create your vision from alignment with yourself, not just from the head.
Nice.
Yeah. So, you know, anyone can do that. You can ask your head, what does the head want for the year ahead? What does the heart want? What does the gut want? And then make sure that you're listening to all three rather than just creating from the head. Because the head is just running off the old programming from the belief systems that we've gathered throughout our life. The heart and the gut can align you more to your own inner GPS.
I like that. It's a really nice addition to just sitting with. Yeah, I'm going to try that. Thank you.
I might run an online one. I'll let you know, Miriam.
Yeah, no, please.
I did it. I not this year. I didn't run it, but last year I ran 2 of them, and they were really, really amazing days. But people can do it in their own time as well. Take that time to get yourself in that meditative state and spend time in nature, and then do your creating and visioning at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Once you've
aligned
yourself.
Yeah. So who came through for February?
It was a very old lady, a bit like a Russian Baba, like an old Russian lady. And the key word for this February is freedom. And the words that came through with this lady were decrepit and old. And what I picked up on this was the viewpoint and beliefs around aging and how disrespectful we can be with aging. This is around shifting to wisdom and the power of wisdom and the embracing of lived experience. There's a cultural rejection of aging, which is very superficial. We tend to live on a superficial level. You think youth is the key to happiness and power, but true power lies in wisdom. The wisdom to bear your soul, to be yourself and stand tall. There's nothing more freeing than giving yourself permission to be free. The action for February is to look in the mirror and say whatever part of your body that is sticking out to you, you can say, this is my body and I completely accept it. These are the wrinkles on my face and I completely accept them. These are my legs and I completely accept them. This is all about finding the freedom to be you.
That is so beautiful. And I think it's so on the point. We need that. Everybody needs to kind of change their point of view on aging, because whether we are actually in the seat there receiving this kind of views from the outside, or maybe we are actually goosebumps seeing ourselves. And it doesn't matter whether you're 50 or you're 20, you are aging, you are changing, and it's not bad. It is just a normal thing. It's a normal way, and we have cut ourselves off so much from that we don't want to incorporate that into our lives anymore. And when we're faced with aging, when we see aging, when we feel aging, we feel so powerless and we feel so bad. And it's like, we can't change it. So why not change the way we deal with it, the way we look at it?
Yeah. And there's a lot of power in that acceptance and that fully embracing of self rather than rejecting of self. And it's something that I'm a bit familiar with, but I think it's an ongoing process, and I'm sure I'll be working with it probably every day of my life. It's just that constant feeling into acceptance rather than rejection of self, no matter what you look like or
no, I think it
or what you've eaten for Christmas.
yeah, because it's, I mean, in the big scheme of things, why do we, why are we so addicted of feeling bad?
Mm.
So because there's nobody holding a gun to our head, we do it ourselves. You know, it's like this mechanism that we have been programmed with, that you should, you know, go overboard and eat a lot of sugar and a lot of things that are not good for you, and you know that. And during the year you have, like, you know, a fairly good balance. And when it comes to Christmas, the programming says you have to go full in there. You know, I'm exaggerating, maybe not everybody's doing this, but yeah, that's fine. It's all part of life.
Mm.
So yeah, accepting. I like that. Beautiful. So March. It's going to be my birthday in March. So it's going to be a big birthday. So I'm going to be 50, which
Oh my
kind of
goodness.
comes with the aging. So yeah, yeah, I have to do my,
Levels. I call them levels.
yeah,
You're
50,
going to reach level 50.
which is nice. So that's true. Yes. Um, and I connected, well, I connected with the hawk. And this is another soul that I had been sort of communicating with. It's a hawk that I saw when I was riding with my horse. And he was sitting there looking over a big pasture with the horses. So, and he said, March is going to be a month of change. The weather will slowly change, and after setting your intentions at the beginning of the year, things might fall back into old patterns. This might concern you. My personal perspective on life is from above, and I love experiencing the endless space and the freedom when I'm flying above the earth. And I would love to share this with you. If you experience challenges or obstacles, remember me and change the first thing you can change: your perspective. Imagine flying over your life and obstacles and see it from above. And I thought that was nice. You know, you don't
Perfect.
have to change everything, you can just change how you view things.
Yeah. Looking at the big picture.
Yeah.
Mm. And bringing everything into perspective. It's amazing how big obstacles can seem when they're right in front of you, but when you zoom out like the hawk, you can see it's just another blip, just another rock.
Yeah. And you can go around. You don't have to go over. You might be able, you know, there might be different ways to deal with it.
Perfect. I will go on to April.
Mm-hmm.
So a beautiful black panther came in and it said, April will bring energy to leap and play. Don't be afraid to leap and pounce when you need to. And then rest. Wait and watch. And watch the other times. Sorry. So rest, wait, and watch the other times. So it's like leap and pounce, and then rest, wait, and watch. Finding the balance between resting and doing. The word for this month is luxurious languishing. If you were going to luxuriously languish, what would you be doing? Treat yourself to some time out, enjoying the simple pleasures of the body and time. Life is meant to be enjoyed.
You know what? This is so beautiful. When you were like saying this, I was seeing myself on this like beach, and just the feeling of that, you know, just being so nice and in the sun and enjoying. Yeah. So maybe this is,
Yeah.
I
The
might not,
key, the
the
key
key.
word is
Yeah.
simple luxury. So it doesn't have to be complicated, or it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
like a Rolls Royce or Balenciaga or anything like that. It's just exactly like what you were saying, just lying on a beach.
Yeah,
or lying in the sun, or,
yeah.
you know, body lotion, whatever.
That is so lovely. May. So this was a little bit surprising because a rainbow came through. And I have never experienced this. I've never communicated with a rainbow. But as everything is energy and we're all connected, it doesn't really matter what the form or the shape or what we associate with that kind of is and comes through. So the rainbow said, I'm bringing you love and beauty into your life. My rays will shine into your life and illuminate the dark corners you have been waiting to look into. Do not worry, there is no duality, there's only one. See the love without fearing the loss. Everything is one. We are one, and our feelings are one. Nothing is separate. Go and sit in nature and breathe. When you accept that we're all one, you will accept that you are not lesser than others. We are one. We are love.
It's just so beautiful and peaceful to hear those words. I just noticed this beautiful download of energy, this kind of settling, and the truth resonating in those words as well. So expansive. And
Do you know what? I can listen to this or remind myself very often on this because I keep forgetting in between that we are one. You know, this kind of being better with some than somebody or being less than somebody. It's an illusion. It's we don't have to kind of really concentrate on that.
And like, I love how the rainbow's got all the colors, and like we've got all the colors of different people, and we're all one. And, you know, like the rainbow's the gay, like the LGBTQI flag, you know, regardless of anything, it's like we are one. There's no separation between humanity and even consciousness as well. And it's just amazing how much suffering is born out of those ideas that we're different, like whether it's Muslim, Christian, Jewish. There's just such terrible amounts of suffering, isn't there? It's crazy.
I believe that we actually, as a society, as a group of people, we actually make the suffering ourselves. And, you know, why do we do this? I mean, I think that when you're feeling bad, you're actually in a position where free and happy people in a society, if you have a society full of free and happy people, you might actually have some problems keeping them all together in a society. So there is this point in how to keep everybody, you know, in cities together. What would happen if we all break free and loose and decided we're only doing what we want to do? I think we're at a point where we have so many people on earth in cities that would present us with like a huge problem, an obstacle. I'm not saying it's not possible to deal with that, but I think this is also why, you know, societies try to keep people in there.
Well, the first rule of colonialism is divide and conquer. As soon as there's division inside of us, we're conquered. So the way that each of us can reclaim this is by decolonizing the mind and looking at our own division inside ourselves, going from the head brain, dropping down into the heart brain, owning our own truth. I feel this is my experience, rather than being divided like you know, blaming others. And we can decolonize our own mind. And there's quite a lot of information out there around decolonizing the mind. We can all choose to decolonize. And I think the animals have been guiding us towards that. They've definitely guided me towards learning that information. Currently reading a book called Coming Back to Life by Joanna Macy. She's created this work called The Work That Reconnects, and it's all about working through like ecological grief and trauma, and about creating new ways of thinking for like the new paradigm that we're wanting to create. So yeah, I've just started it.
But it's interesting how it interacts, you know, how it sort of fits together again, you know.
I will go on to June, and we've got Mount Shasta, which is in the US. I know that Mount Shasta is one of the global chakras, but I'm not sure which one. Do you know, Miriam?
I know it. I don't know, actually. Could it be the sacral chakra? I know that it is, there's an energy vortex, and I really want to go one day. I'd like to go and see and experience it.
Yeah, I'm not sure which chakra. Not sure what it is. But anyway, if people are interested, you just Google global chakras and you'll find out which one it is. I should have looked before, but anyway, we were just going to roll with it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to be. So Mount Shasta said, another removal of the veils will bring great clarity this month. You will see things with new eyes, and there will be hope. See the best in those around you. You have the ability to see the best or the worst. It's your choice what you pay attention to. Drop into the heart space regularly to feel more connected with others and nature. Got goosebumps again. We can choose to be connected or disconnected. The ritual you can use is drop and breathe into the heart space, which we'll do at the end. Build strength within your heart space. And the key word for this month was clarity.
That is so beautiful. Well, I'm feeling at the moment, we talked about this before, that we're going on month by month next year to you know, kind of talk about these messages a little bit more in depth, and see what else comes up on this sort of topic or subject, because I feel there's so much wisdom in that. There's so much that we're being given at the moment, and so much more to experience, actually. So I'm really looking forward to get a little bit more background information on the whole thing, and see what's behind this, and really what the universe wants us to know, to do, to kind of where to be. So that is.
Well, that tied in with our conversation just before as well. I didn't realize it until I started reading it, and I was like, cha-chink.
Do you know what I feel? Again, they're all very similar in a way, kind of, you know, talking about similar aspects of us, our lives.
Yeah.
And in July, I downloaded a message from a wolf, and his name is Ataki, and he lives in Canada. And he said, we wolves love companions, and we choose them carefully. But the most important mate you have to choose is yourself. Sit with you and get to know you. You are your best friend, lover, and partner. When you're in partnership with yourself, you can fully connect with another soul. Go on a journey within and find the beautiful things you never knew about yourself. and woo yourself. What I kind of felt is it's go on a date with yourself.
Yeah.
So and that's
Have
in
you
July.
we've spoken before about The Artist's Way, the book by
Yeah.
Julia Cameron. She has every week you go on an artist date and you take yourself on a date for 1 hour every week.
That is beautiful in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So you take your inner child, whatever your inner child wants to do.
Yeah.
You go on a date. You could go sit by a river with a stick for an hour.
It's actually, it's quite, it's a very simple message, but I think there's so much layering in that, because when we think about dating, we're thinking about love and we're thinking about companionship. We are often looking or thinking outside, what does my mate have to bring to me in order for us to be happy or something like that. But this is actually looking at it from a different point of view. What if the first and most important date you have to go on is a date with yourself? So before you go out there and date randomly, people, because you're hoping to kind of get happy, get to the next level of what you should reach, what you should accomplish. So
and asking that question, what brings me delight? What brings me joy? What brings me lightness? And you might be surprised by what answer you receive. You're like, when did I last feel like free? When did I last feel tingles? Yeah, my husband and I were talking about that last night. We were out at a local pub. We were both thinking, oh, remember when we were 20 and you used to go out partying and you used to just get so much excitement? Like, when did that stop? When did things change? And we don't drink, but it's that kind of like really looking forward to something.
This Christmas, I decided to give my husband a different present. I'm giving him time. I'm giving him time together. So we both have the 2 weeks off, and I decided to do little trips, events, something that we haven't been able to do during the year because we didn't have time, or we were tired or something like that. And so I made all the bookings, and it's sort of, yesterday we started off, that was kind of spontaneous, going to a comedy club. And it's a sort of expat comedy club in Berlin. And I had been looking at this for a while, and we just drove there. It was free to get in. You could just at the end give them a donation, and it was so nice. It was so nice, just going there and being excited to see what this is like. Are they going to be funny? Are they going to make us laugh? So, this kind of exploring, wandering, and you can still do that even if you're not going clubbing. It might look different, it might be booking a random concert and going like, we have no idea what it is. It might be
great idea.
It's only €9, so we're going.
I love it. And it's about being curious about the world, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, creating memories is so much more than buying things. And this is something, since I've been living with my husband, and now we have like a bigger place, and so there's two people bringing their baggage in a way, they're bringing their everything, and it just accumulates. So I don't want to have things to put on bookshelves, and I don't want to do that anymore.
Well, I thought this Christmas I'm going to give myself the gift of less.
Nice. So whatever that means.
Getting rid of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, giving yourself space, which is less.
Yeah. Nice.
Instead of more. Still got a way to go, but yeah. Shall I move on to August? So the key word for August is home, and it's also going to be my 40th birthday.
Oh,
so we're going to have like a 50th and a 40th.
Level.
And the animal that came through was a little mouse, and the mouse was scurrying everywhere and, you know, picking up bits of crumbs and checking out everything. And said, mice are very good at finding sustenance and nourishment. What crumbs could lead to a meal? I am looking in a lot of places and doing research, which is the best way to move forward. There is the time to reflect, reevaluate, and research in order to set up for the rest of the year. We also like to nest and move outside the nest. So this could be a good time to travel, then come home and be comfortable. Settling into home and being truly grateful for your home is a delight.
Or sometimes cancelling plans.
Yeah.
So this kind of reminded me of this Christmas period now as well. Being able to sit on the sofa, being able to kind of, you know, do these outings, or not doing anything, just being, liking where you are. Nice, very nice.
Yeah, and even, you know, sometimes we need to go somewhere, even for a couple of days or a week, and then you come back and it's like that feeling, you're like, oh, I'm home, it's so nice. It's kind of like that shaking things up a little.
Going in your own bed and going like, this is this is much better than any hotel bed ever, you know?
There's this little video, I don't know if I sent it to you, but it's of this little sand lizard, and it says, this is the feeling of fresh sheets. And the sand lizard's lying on the sand, and then he flutters his little gills and he goes like this, and he buries himself in the sand.
So they have the same.
Every time we get into our bed with fresh sheets, both of us go, oh, little sand lizard. I dare you to give it a try.
I love that feeling. Look, this is something that is so easily achieved, you know, and it can bring you so much joy. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I love that. So September, and interesting enough, another a similar animal comes up, you know, rabbit. So mouse and rabbit, I think they're similar in where they live and what they do. So the rabbit is called Bouncy, or maybe the rabbit called himself Bouncy, I don't know. And he lives on a field in Germany. And he said, changing direction when you sense disharmony, danger, or discomfort is good. When running over the fields and you sense there is something not quite right, we never distrust our intuition. We run with it, and so should you. Your intuition is here to protect you, guide you, and help you manifest the life you always dreamed of. And that was the bouncy rabbit. He was very, you know, he was very clear on that.
And it's that relearning process. It's the reconnection of us to our animal instincts and our animal nature, and learning to trust it.
And being reminded, because I think deep down we kind of know that our intuition is there for a reason, and it's there to help us, but kind of just be reminded. Thank you, Rabbit.
Thank you, Bouncy. The key word for October is focus. and there was this big giant male bull elephant, and he just had this look, you know, that forward momentum look. Stare life in the face. You've got this. Focus is key. If you want it, put some energy into it. Run straight towards your target. Feel the tree trunks of your legs as you take decisive steps. No time to hesitate, just go. Forward momentum is the key. Advance. What do you want to move towards? Do it.
You know what? I could really feel this energy of that elephant. I could feel the energy going through my body and the sensation of that energy. And I was really, I was kind of ready to go. So this is amazing. Not just words, that we're downloading a whole structure of energy, actually.
Oh, I'm getting a massive download now in my in my crown. And more
goosebumps. Yeah, I have some
goosebumps
as well.
Yeah, there's no messing around with that energy.
No,
it's like, you know that trumpeting, like that they do the trumpet before they charge. It's kind of scary, but everything will get out of your way.
Do you know what? Sometimes we are too hesitant when it comes to that charging, and whether we are women or whether we are too young or whether we're too old or whatever the restriction that we put on ourselves might be. And I think that we're holding back on that charging energy so much. So I'm just, do you know where we would hold that energy? You know,
the charging energy?
If you hold it back, where do you store it?
Oh, probably in the sacral and the root chakra and the lower chakras. There's a very grounded energy that I felt from that bull elephant. It'd be in the lower three chakras, you know, that personal power, you know, the solar plexus chakra, relationship to self. Like if you're completely comfortable with yourself and your own image and your sexuality and your sensuality, like comfort in the sacral chakra, you just do what you needed to do. And if you're fully grounded and rooted, you'd feel fully supported in what you needed to do as well.
It reminded me also of our dog, because our dog is like this. He is so big. I think he's still getting bigger, you know. It's like, it's a bit like with husbands. I was talking to my husband this morning, you know, first time getting married, you should not get a husband that's too big to overwhelm you, that you can't control. The same with a dog, you know, you should not get a dog that you can't control. So I felt like, you know, this power. So I need to step into this power to make sure that my message, what I want the dog to do, is not held back, but it's going forward. And it's about boundaries, and it's about really owning what you want. Interesting.
Yeah, and like liver energy helps with boundaries, so it's also about that firmness and clarity.
Very nice. I really like that. So November was very surprising again, because I channeled a rock at a beach in southern France, and it was like quite a big sort of cliff rock. You know, I could see it, and I could smell the salty air, and I think it was sort of on the Atlantic coast, Normandy, down, you know, Brittany, something around there. That's how it felt. And this is what he said. I love eternity, and each soul has a piece of eternity inside them, and so do you. Float in the feeling of being eternal, swimming in the sea of endlessness. You are infinite, only your life on earth is finite. When you connect with the universe, you will see that you don't need to fear. It is all in perfect divine order, and challenges are here to grow or to meditate on. I don't know if I have grown, but I have changed in shape and form, and in consciousness, and so do you. You are fluid and changing every day. Don't hold on to yesterday's form and look forward to tomorrow's form. The constant force of life itself will shape you whether you will like it or not. So why not just enjoy the day at the beach?
Oh, it's beautiful. Friend sent me a photo of her cat yesterday, and I could see the eternity in his eyes. His eyes are like glowing because he hasn't been so well, but yeah, you could see that eternity that's within him, just like it's within all of us. Mm. We forget that in our day-to-day life.
Yeah. It's a nice reminder.
Yeah. And just, yeah, enjoying the day at the beach. It's like that. Yeah, just those simple, beautiful things. My message for December is all about balance, and it's delivered by Jidda Jidda, which is the Noongar name for willy wagtail. It's a Australian native bird. It's black and white, and it has like a fantail, and it goes like this. And often they're with my horses, the Jidda Jiddas, and they're supposed to be like a bit of a gossip, and they're quite noisy. They make a little noise like anyway. This way, that way energies are like a washing machine. Flit here, flit there, black, white, this, that. What don't you need this month? Can you give the gift of time and the gift of less in order to make more? Watch for gossip and entangling energies. This is a good time to follow your own lead and flit to and from as you need. Don't get tied down. Flexibility to weave and duck is key.
This is so nice. This is so basically what we're starting now. Less is more, concentrating on, not on things, but on memories and kind of getting to know us. Will come, I feel like it will come next year in December to, it's like a full circle.
And, even when you were reading your January message, I was trying to think of what my December message was and how they would kind of tie together. And it is the other end of the spectrum of the year, but it's almost like this flexibility that we've created throughout the year. And then it's because, like, what I notice in December, well, from mid-August, the energy changes, and then it's like this kind of freight train towards Christmas, and then Christmas and December is like this heightening of energy. And even people that I speak to in the beginning of December, it's almost like the middle 2 weeks of December have collapsed, and they're just focusing on that end week. People are quite stressed and like very, very heightened. And even myself this month, I've been having to do a lot of work just to ground every day. It's very easy to get heightened. And I guess next year it'll be a bit of a test about how we can duck and weave and not get tied into the collective energies.
Right. It's quite funny. The whole year I always cook everything from fresh. It's we don't, rarely we use pre-produced stuff. And for Christmas, I decided to have that the red cabbage is frozen, the dumplings are, they're fresh, but they're ready made. Because I felt like I want to enjoy. I want to sit on the sofa, and it doesn't matter whether the cabbage, comes from a package. For me, I don't want to be stressed. It's like kind of I'm at this level in my life where I just don't want to be stressed over these things anymore. And we did a test cooking, and it tasted really nice. So looking for things that can simplify your life, so that you don't, what you were saying, kind of get involved into this big build up and this big energy.
Yeah. And with each level, with each year, we get smarter, don't we?
Well, I hope so.
And we can choose to disentangle from any outside pressure and just do what's right for you and what brings you joy, or simplify it even for the family. Like, I know with my family, we don't buy presents for each other, like, over the years, and they've kind of suggested it, but I've probably suggested it even more, like, just less.
Yeah.
We just do one, there's going to be 12 of us, we each bring a small present, and we're going to do, pick the present out of the hat, and that's it.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So I feel that next year is a lot calmer than this year. The energies this year were sometimes quite strong and kind of changing a lot, going up and going down. And so giving us the time and the space to kind of really go within, be with ourselves, just be. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to just being and experiencing.
And I'm not sure, I saw a kangaroo on my lawn the other day, and I took a photo of it, and it reminded me, if I look on the news, if I look on Facebook, everywhere there is chaos. Like, there really is. But when I look with my eyes at what's in front of me, there's beauty.
I like that.
Like, what do I see? And then we can detach from what's going on. And I mean, sure, things might not always be pleasant for us, even in front of our eyes, but it's really about what we're focusing on as well. So are you going to do some Reiki?
Yeah.
And I will do like a Power of 8 guided intention.
Yeah.
So for the Power of 8 guided intention, Miriam will be channeling Reiki energy for everyone that's tuning in with us now and in the future. And what we will do is we'll create an intention statement in our head, and then we'll drop it down to our heart, and then we will send this heart to the world. So our intention is that Earth is restored to balance in all aspects and is in harmony on all levels. So I'd just like you to think of that intention statement. Our intention is that Earth is restored to balance in all aspects and is in harmony on all levels. Just take a big deep breath with that. And now allowing that intention to drop down into the heart space. So you can imagining that just dropping from the head down to the heart, and just taking a few big deep breaths in and out of your heart space. Our intention is that Earth is restored to balance in all aspects and is in harmony on all levels. And then just imagining the Earth in front of you, Just noticing the planet that we all live on, that we're all connected to. And just allowing that intention statement to unfurl from your heart center and send those tendrils out to the earth. And just continue to send that intention statement through those tendrils to the earth. You can just begin to withdraw your tendrils and just bring them back to your heart center. Just take a few big deep breaths in and out from your heart. And just allow your own heart to come back to balance in a way that's in alignment with the rest of your body. And then in your own time, open your eyes and come into the here and now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was lovely. So I would like to Thank you, Melia. It was again really enlightening and very nice. And thank you for your energy and your time and your channeled messages. And I would like to thank you for the opportunity to connect with you and do these events together. I really enjoy our collaboration. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome, Miriam, and thank you for all that you are as well. And it's such a delight to do this work, and I just love that we're doing it.
Me too. So that just leaves me to wish you all a wonderful Christmas time and New Year's Eve and a wonderful start into the new year. So we will keep you posted on our monthly little messages, nature wisdom messages that we will be releasing on the subject of what we've channeled for this. So thank you so much and have a beautiful 2020. Bye-bye. Bye.